Picture of my yard. We're working with here is the new dock. I have fences everywhere, so it should be pretty easy to map. Can't really leave the yard anyway. It may get stuck on that first wall. There's like a steep, at least, drop off between the grass and those blocks. But yeah, I mean, somewhere between a 15, 16, 17% incline. Calculate on that hill going down. See how she does. Here we go. We got map 1 up here. Let's see what we got here. Mapping. I guess I'll just press the start button.
Resuming mapping. Self-checking. Base station detected.
Nice. Let's see what happens here. See if it figures out what's mulch, what's not. I mean, I took all the obstacles off my lawn, so I'll figure out how quickly. And I should have Wi-Fi throughout the entire process. I'll stay out of the way of the camera.
Adjusting cutting height.
I adjusted it to 2.6. I mow my lawn to about 3 up here and 2.5 in the lower part. I'm curious when the map pops up how long it's going to take. Just going to follow this thing around. I figured it would go looking for some type of a fence or a border or anything. Nothing on the map yet. Just claims it's mapping. Oh, it's interesting. It already saw there's a boundary or somewhere it's going to get stuck. So I was highlighting over here. It could drop off and just get stuck in the rocks. Oh, get out of your way, buddy. Oh, it made its first little 0.8 minutes, 2.6. Map 12 square feet. Awesome. You go, buddy. Looks like it's going to map this upper part and go back and forth. All right, so it started from the dock, and it just looks like it's going to do loops back and forth. So what I may do is just let it cut and then come back in, say, an hour or two and figure out how much it's covered. I have close to, I would say, 3/10, if not more, of an acre. Should be right at the limit of this mower, so make sure that's not an issue, because that would drive me crazy. Interesting. I wonder how close it's going to get to the boundaries. That's things I'm also wanting to learn more about. It's about 99% battery. There it is, tracking along my lawn. Doesn't look like it's cutting, as far as I know. It shows where it's going. I guess it's, and this is the spacing. I think I took about 10 inches of spacing between. It's not going to go to the end, huh? It's just going to stop here. Maybe it's going to do the boundaries and then make like a rectangular pattern. Okay. Well, it came right back to where it started. Let's see if it goes and then goes around the perimeter. Show everyone, hoping it goes back to the dock and then makes a quick left and starts to go around the perimeter. Come on, let's go. Around the perimeter we go. Nope. Interesting. It's going around this. I don't want to move it. I guess I'll probably just leave it stationary for the summer and not move it at all. And I'll probably weed whack underneath it. I don't think it can reach. It may be able to get underneath part of it, but it's mapping. 98%. Zooming around. Here we go. 3.5 minute duration. Not sure the intervals with updates, but I'm curious if this live camera thing works. This didn't work last night when I was playing with the feature. Grass near the base. I do wonder if it's going to start to get stuck on things it shouldn't, and that's where I'm going to be annoyed if it doesn't make it over obstacles where it clearly should be just driving right through. Like this, for instance, drive right through it. This is going to be grass in a couple weeks. Come on. Wow. Thinks it's dirt and it's a hazard and drives around it. I mean, that's good, but I guess I'll have to remap my lawn when this is grass again. Wish I could map at a faster speed. Wonder if that's possible. I just clicked fast. Let's see what happens. See if it goes any faster now. Oh, maybe that's a little trick. Have it go at a faster travel speed. Nice. I'll get out of your way, buddy. You do your job. There we go. All right, I will be back. This is probably going to take a long time, so that's your video. Signing out for now. So quick update. It's the next day. I actually had to stop and charge. So when it sunsets, the mapping kind of took a bit of halt for the night. I started it back up in the morning. Didn't think it would take this long. I was like, maybe 3 hours, 4 hours, 5.5+ hours. Finally finished mapping. And those other little indents are areas where it thought there was no grass. So it's interesting. The camera can see and apparently measure objects, and it's depicted that I shouldn't mow there, and I kind of quickly overwrote that. See certain parts of the map here. I was like, no, you have to mow here. There's grass. May not be as thick as the other parts of the lawn, but still need to mow. And I'll go and adjust this manually after a couple times, like, oh, it's missing this, missing that, and I'll figure out where it's, because I think certain parts of the lower lawn here aren't being covered. So again, probably make the title of my video 6 hours of mapping. Crazy, right? But all ready to go. I'm going to start out with the default settings. Edge spacing 2 inches, grass height about 2.6, and then path spacing 3.9, standard travel speed, standard blade speed. I'll see how long it goes for, hoping it at least finishes the entire cut on one charge. Don't know, not promising. And then we'll see how long it takes, like soup to nuts, and like between the next charge if it doesn't finish it on one charge. So to be determined. Next video, here we go. Wonder what it's base station detect. Wonder what it's self-checking for, but this robot always has Wi-Fi in the backyard. So it says mowing. So I'll do is follow it for a bit and then come back and see where everything goes. Okay, it's good to kind of get the side-by-side of the app. Positioning, mowing. I'm curious when it actually starts spinning, because up here was cut it to about 3, so it should be able to.
Starting blade disc.
Let's hear how loud it is. Oh, there you go. It's pretty quiet. Nice. It'll show where it mows, so that's good. And I don't know what it picked up on my lawn. That was another part where I said mow straight through. Clearly an area that did not need to be ignored. So hopefully they can fix some of those glitches in the software. And we'll see when it comes up to the edge of the grass how far it goes. It turns around. All right, let's see what happens. It got stuck. Oh, backed up. See how close it goes to the edge. I know it got stuck right there. See the wheel kind of. Let's go. All right, 30 square feet thus so far. It's interesting. It kind of makes a note for the path, but it doesn't kind of hide. I wish it would tell you, like my other vacuums inside, where it's vacuumed or cut in this case. You know, square foot. I guess I just have to know my lawn's about 12,500, so right up around that boundary of 3/10 of an acre. See what happens when it comes up to the dock. Okay, it's going to path over there. I wonder if it's going to stop, or it lets me know, like, hey, I finished one complete path. And the grass should be pretty light. It's not wet out. So it looks like that's staying on the map. %. So it hasn't even used a percentage of battery yet. That's good news. I was worried how quickly it was going to drain. I do wonder how close it's going to get to some of the edges. May have to do some edging, weed whacking. The app, I'm showing the next route. 3 minutes, still 100%. Looks like it dipped to 99%. But I'll see what the battery drain's like. And this is standard blade speed, standard wheel speed. I'll do a cut and see if it can make it the entire way without recharging. Then I'll try one on fast and fast. See if it lasts, if it can make it. Now when it goes over this part. Come on. Oh, don't skip out. Come on. You'll be able to cut that. Wonder if I have to remap that part of the lawn, because it just kind of stopped there and thought that it was area that it shouldn't cut. I may do that and just manually fix that next time it goes. See how much further I can get it to creep up closer. Whether it's parts over here, how much I can refine the map. It's good. I'll take it. I'd rather go close as I can and maybe cut parallel. It's showing the path getting a bit bigger. About 98%. I'll see how close it goes to the edge. It's my first kind of test of the day. Have the edge spacing as such. Oh boy, it just stops. Oh, you can get closer. Let's go. Oh, just made a U-turn. Looks like it may make one more path and go through there. I hope to get close to there. All right, well, it's making its way up here. Stop. I will come back and do a check-in. I do a quick picture. You can see the paths on the lawn where it's went, where it's cut. So stay tuned. I'll be back. So quick heads up from the other video. During the initial mapping phase, got stuck 4 times on areas similar to there. Got stuck down here, and the other parts around this retaining wall. There's a steep drop off. Sometimes it noticed, like in here, it's just like stuck. Sometimes like the wheels are off the ground and it didn't make the at least adjustment within the map that it should. So I'm curious to see if it gets stuck again, if I have to make a note. No mow here. We'll see how everything goes. Excited, to say the least. Looking good. Wonder if I can actually tell from this part. Not really, but it's clean. And hopefully put those grass clippings right back in the grass. Haven't found anything yet. Oh, there's one. Okay, it's working. So for the next segment of my video, I'm going to go through the good, the bad, and the ugly. Kind of go through how long it took to map and then to cut the grass. I'm pretty almost appalled, if not astonished. It took 6 hours to map and 4 days to cut my yard, and I have proof. I'll go through all the cuttings, the timings, the progress, things that got stuck on. That mainly just screenshots from the app, kind of show you things that are a bit difficult to pick up in the sun, but nonetheless are still useful for at least your knowledge if you're thinking of buying this. Is it worth it? Of weighing the pros and cons, and I'll give you my final take when I do wrap up the video. So the first image here, it shows 6 hours of cutting time. That doesn't take into account if it rains, if there's any other delays, and if the robot gets stuck, you go back and grab it, which happened numerous times during the mapping process, about 4 times to be specific. And this was a day and a half over time. You could see what the finished product is. It does have a very smooth, sleek output to it. Found all those areas that I showed you on camera that were either spotted as not grass, or could be grass, could be a mixture. And I had to kind of overlay, continually stopping throughout the mapping process to change or say you must map and you must cut in this specific area of, say, my swing set, or areas that were, kind of bearish but haven't grown into the fullest of its capability. So it's kind of the unfortunate reality. I do hope they improve the mapping feature. And I ran the robot on fast. As you saw, that was something I wouldn't have the patience for and was kind of upset with waiting around. But this really is, they got to find a better way to do this. I'm not saying cut my lawn, but you got to be able to map the lawn in a couple times around. Don't, go take every single path. Take like a pretty wide. The camera's wide. You can see, I don't know how far, 6, 8, 10 feet. It doesn't need to continually go back each and every path up and down to see the obstacles. So Eufy, if you're listening, please fix this ASAP. Something else I wanted to make note of, the robot does not cut if it's even close to dark, or if it's dark out, whatever. I have some pretty good light coverage in my backyard. I've got these Sylvania night brights, or whatever you call it. They're 250 watts. I have numerous ones of those that illuminate almost my entire yard, plus thing as a camera. I don't know. I think they should also fix this, or, hey, what if you have a very small backyard that doesn't have any issues with dusk or light, or, I don't understand what the logic is here. I tried to trick the app going like, oh, let me change my time zone. The problem is it knows where you are within the world. Like, it knows your address, GPS. I was like, that's not going to work. So something else, I will probably write to them with all my gripes and issues that they need to fix this. Like, I get it if the robot can't see, then hey, like, it can't cut this part and go back, but in areas where there's super bright lights, there has to be a tolerance or something, because it doesn't detect the sunlight. It just goes, oh, it knows on the app where the sunset and sunrise is, and then it kind of just goes back. It's like, time to go back to the dock. I'm like, and you press the button, manually cut, you can't override anything. It's very frustrating. Yeah, so for this picture, it shows that there's rain detected. It was neat. It was cutting, and I thought about either turning off the tolerances. The good thing is it can not only sense rain, but then use some kind of a weather station if there's rain coming, the forecast, kind of waits, delays, whatever. So it is helpful if you're really in tune with, like, hey, I have a small yard. I don't want it to cut unless it's the ideal optimal conditions, like grass is dry, wait 4 hours after rain check. You can do all these timers and delays in the app. However, my yard's massive. I don't have that time to sit around. It would take who knows how many weeks to cut my yard at that point, and that doesn't help me whatsoever. Now, I would recommend, now you see here the 800 minutes that is taking to cut my lawn. I think we're in day 3 or perhaps starting in day 4, the 10,000 square feet. Now I think I'm like, what, 0.25 of an acre there. And you notice all the area it's cut, but there's also the areas like it didn't cut. And it's like it has to then go back. Like the mapping feature is another huge concern. I saw someone else post on Amazon, and I echo their sentiment. The mapping could be done so much better. I don't know how and why. Like it'll go all the way down my yard and then come back. It takes like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, like go down the other end of the yard and then go get like one little tiny area. Like just finish up that entire spot and then go to the next part. Don't go, it like keeps going in these up and down patterns. And then it finally, like if you saw that area, like it would have to go back and forth. It's not just going to sit there and finish it in one job, or at least sequence. So Eufy, please fix this as well. Now for this part, the robot cut maybe 300, 400 square feet, which is pretty disappointing for a full battery charge with 110, 120 minutes of cutting. You can see it hasn't made much progress since the last cut. And I'm getting to the point where I'm like, when the heck is this thing going to finish? It took over 1,000 minutes to finish my lawn. So something they've really had to do a better job of pathing, mapping, and not only that, just the logic in which it goes back to finish small spots in tight corners. It does not do well in tight corners. I'll just let you know that. Here's a picture of the logs from the app. I'm not lying when I said it took 3 to 4 days to cut my lawn. You can see here sometimes it got halted by rain or other things that got stuck. I didn't have time. I'm working, go back out, move it, and then start it again. So I hope it's going to improve, and I'll probably do about a 6-month in review to see if it's gotten any better. Has there been app improvements, or are we still kind of at square one, which I truly hope is not the case, given Eufy is a much bigger company and some of these other competitors out there which have made at least market improvements in their software and AI mapping. So, balls in your court, Eufy. Yeah, so I'll wrap up with this one. When I tried to change the pathing from, I think, like vertical to horizontal, so on my map here it's showing it used to path like left to right, and I figured, it's the best way to cut the top part. It makes nice little short jolts. However, this is something that I wanted to keep in mind, when recording this video. It had to remap. It took, you see here, 93 minutes. How did it map 10,000? You see there's parts of the map on the top left. That's near my garden, which is already like, hey, you need to cut through here. Like, don't ignore this, because it initially ignored this. And just something that, I don't know how this was, and I tried to save the map, and they should have an auto-save map feature after a certain point in time, or auto backup. And of course it wasn't the case. I went to load it, there's nothing there, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. But they can see all the obstacles and things I already put in manually. So I will be keeping the mower. I will be using it for the next year, and I do have another video coming out on more safety issues that I encountered and how I was able to combat them and find kind of a DIY solution, even for more anti-theft measures as well. So overall, it's neat, but still has a lot of bugs. Perhaps if you wait a year or two, won't be the case, but I don't like to wait, and I want to get this thing up and running now. I love trying out new technology, and I do have faith that Eufy will resolve these, or things that are brought to their attention. Hopefully they're seeing in the logs, things that are submitted, at least autonomously from the robot, and sent to them to say, okay, we need to do a better job. But you know what? All in, I think I give this about maybe a 6 out of 10. It needs to cut faster. I mean, the nice thing is it doesn't run over baseballs, basketballs, people, doesn't cut in areas it shouldn't cut, and it doesn't get stuck on, say, steep hills or inclines. I was worried about that, but overall, it could be doing a much better job of not only the mapping element, but just seeing, like, they know how to program this smart kind of technology into their vacuums, bring it to this lawnmower, and do not make it go, because I mean, in a lawnmower you're talking, it could take 2 minutes to go from one end of my lawn to the other to go finish up a little spot versus in your house. That's a relatively short distance. It may not make the most sense. So also batteries, maybe they last more than less than 2 hours, and then take 2 hours to charge. Find like a fast charger. I don't know what the way is, but anyways, I'll sign off for now. Let me know, guys, thoughts, comments, if this is helpful. I splitting the video into 2 different segments, and then commenting and giving my feedback as to how I feel. Anyways, how-to videos. Like, subscribe, comment. Signing off.
Set.